On September 2nd, 2025, we remember a remarkable collection of lives that shaped journalism, science, psychology, public service, sport, and the preservation of nature. From the newspaper newsroom to the African plains, from the gridiron to the laboratories of discovery, each of these individuals made a distinct mark on the world. Their journeys remind us that greatness often comes not from fame alone, but from dedication, curiosity, and a lifelong devotion to one's calling. Today, we honor stories of courage, intellect, creativity, and compassion, each a thread in the larger fabric of human progress. Few names evoke the independent spirit of American motorsport quite like Phil Barkdahl. Competing in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Barkdahl became known as one of sport's great privateers, a racer who built and ran his own cars, often out of sheer love for the sport rather than corporate sponsorships. He was admired for his determination, mechanical ingenuity, and fearless approach on the track. Racing was more than competition for Barkdahl. It was a craft, a passion, and a lifelong pursuit of speed and self-reliance. Even when his small team faced the giants of NASCAR, he remained undeterred, proving that persistence and heart could carry a man just as far as horsepower. At 87, Phil Barkdahl is remembered not just as a driver, but as a symbol of independence, humility, and the boundless thrill of the open track. Larry Glueck's journey in football took him from the field to the sidelines, and in every phase, he brought passion and excellence. As a defensive back for the Chicago Bears, he was part of the team's 1963 NFL championship, a triumph that remains legendary in the sport's history. After hanging up his cleats, Glueck found a new calling as a coach, guiding the Fordham Rams and shaping the lives of countless young players. His philosophy was simple yet powerful: hard work, discipline, and respect for the game. To those who knew him, Glueck was more than a coach. He was a mentor and motivator who believed that success was built one lesson, one practice, one play at a time. At 83, he leaves behind a legacy of leadership and love for the sport that gave him so much. Born into one of America's most famous literary families, Patrick Hemingway, the son of Ernest Hemingway, forged a remarkable legacy all his own. A devoted conservationist, writer, and teacher, he spent much of his life in East Africa, managing wildlife preserves and promoting sustainable coexistence between humans and nature. Patrick's deep connection to the land and its creatures became the central theme of his life's work. He believed that true stewardship required both science and spirit, an understanding of ecosystems, and a reverence of the life within them. Later in life, he returned to literature, editing and preserving his father's works while adding his own thoughtful reflections on the natural world. At 97, Patrick Hemingway is remembered as a man who lived with quiet purpose, bridging the gap between art and conservation, between words and the wild. General William F. Kernan dedicated his life to the defense and leadership of his country. Over a distinguished military career, he served with honor in some of the most demanding commands of the modern U.S. Army. As a leader, he was known for his tactical brilliance and his deep commitment to the men and women under his command. Kernan embodied the best of military values: courage, duty, and selfless service. His leadership extended beyond the battlefield, influencing defense policy and shaping future generations of officers. At 79, General Kernan leaves behind a record of valor and wisdom, and the respect of all who served beside him. A pioneer in the field of cognitive psychology, Arthur S. Reber transformed our understanding of the human mind. His groundbreaking research on implicit learning, how people absorb knowledge unconsciously, reshaped how scientists think about intelligence, intuition, and behavior. Reber's academic career spanned decades, during which he authored numerous influential papers and textbooks. But beyond his research, he was a gifted communicator, bringing complex ideas to general audiences with clarity and wit. His passion for science was matched by his commitment to reason, curiosity, and open dialogue. At 85, Arthur Reber's influence continues in classrooms and laboratories worldwide, where his ideas remain central to the study of what it means to think, to learn, and to be human. For Gary Stubblefield, public service was not just a career. It was a calling rooted in faith, family, and community. Serving in the Arkansas House of Representatives and later the Arkansas Senate, he became a steadfast advocate for rural communities, agriculture, and conservative values. Stubblefield was respected by friends and opponents alike for his unwavering belief in representing the voices of everyday Arkansans. He spoke plainly, worked tirelessly, and carried himself with humility. At 74, he is remembered as a man of conviction and compassion, one whose work will continue to shape the policies and principles of his home state for years to come. Born in New Zealand and making his mark in Britain, David H. Clarke devoted his life to exploring the mysteries of the universe. As an astrophysicist, his research illuminated the life cycles of stars and the vast forces that govern galaxies. Clarke also played a pivotal role as a science administrator, championing collaboration across universities and nations. He believed that discovery was not a solitary pursuit, but a shared human endeavor. His colleagues remember him as both visionary and kind, a scientist who never lost a sense of wonder. At 81, David H. Clarke leaves behind a legacy written in starlight, a reminder that curiosity, when guided by humility, connects us all to something greater. Today, we honor Harvey Aronson, Phil Barkdahl, Dan Dara, Larry Glueck, Patrick Hemingway, William F. Kernan, Arthur S. Reber, Gary Stubblefield, and David H. Clarke. Together, they represent the vast landscape of human endeavor, from the newsroom to the battlefield, from the racing track to the cosmos. Each lived with purpose, leaving behind lessons of courage, intellect, and devotion. Their stories remind us that while life is finite, the impact of a life well lived is timeless. As we remember them, may their legacies continue to inspire. In every word written, every discovery made, every act of service given in the pursuit of truth, knowledge, and compassion.